Alright, got a little yard work on tap today. I saw some slugs like this long a couple nights ago. Well, not slugs, actually, grubs. But there are slugs out here too. And they were eating up the grass, to the point where you can see, that's obviously what they're doing, eating up the roots. You can see a lot of the grass has died out here, and the weeds are starting to take over. Apparently the weeds aren't as tasty today. So what you'll see out there, you have a hose end sprayer. Let me explain. See here, there's not a half a gallon of sweet tea. What that is it's a Jerry Baker concoction. If you don't know Jerry Baker, look him up online, but don't buy anything from his website. Look up his tonics and you can do it yourself. You go out and you get the cheapest cigar that you possibly can. Okay? And you tie a string to it so you can pull it out later, and you drop it down into hot water about up to here, and you let it sit overnight or a couple nights or whatever you want till it steeps and it turns this really dark color. Then you get liquid dish soap, the kind that you use to wash your dishes. You put, oh, maybe, I don't know, half a cup in there, and then if you have it, you use Listerine. I didn't have that, so I used rubbing alcohol, same thing, a little bit of hand sanitizer. It's got alcohol in it. That's what kills little stuff. But nicotine is a contact killer. I sprayed it on a rather large, real large grasshopper down here a couple years ago, and it killed it. The soap makes some of the bigger bugs kind of sick, like gives them shits. It's alleged, although I haven't actually seen it happen. And then what happens is the alcohol, whether it's in the form of Listerine, rubbing alcohol, what have you, that is done, or that is to kill microbial stuff, really small stuff. And then what you do is you put it in a hose end sprayer, like I did, and you meter it out so that it, I'm adjusting while I'm videoing. Anyway, you meter it out a tablespoon to a gallon. So this stuff, if you're putting it in like one of those pump sprayers to do it, it's a teaspoon to a quart, a tablespoon to a gallon, a cup to 5 gallons. But in this case, I can meter this thing, as you can see, and I have it on 1 teaspoon. So it's 1 teaspoon per gallon of water, and as you can see, quite a bit left in there, and I still got like that half a gallon to go. What you do is you just soak the ground really good. Since it has soap in it, it's kind of easy to tell, because you'll see, like, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like little, here, let me show you here maybe. Yeah, you can see some of the soap suds start. When you see that, it means you're pretty well soaked. But I mean, I like to get like a few little pools in here. That way I know it's soaking down and it's chasing them away. It chases them out of your yard into somebody else's yard, which is really all it is. You know, push your shit off on somebody else. That's what you do in life. Just wanted to show you like one quick trick. This thing isn't really hands-free, but I got tired of holding in one place for like 5 minutes, so I could sit out here and have a smoke and a coffee break and do all this stuff. But what I did is I got some of these guys. They're basically just massive twist ties. You can get them at Home Depot. They are kind of expensive for what they are. You could probably do the same thing with wire, but I bought some of these before my road trip as ties for the blinds, which would be a great band name, by the way. I can just see it now. A bunch of guys with dark glasses. They come out on stage with canes, and they all have these really ugly ties that don't match their shirts. The ties that bind. Anyway, that's what I use on there. So it's hands-free, and I just filled that thing up, and it's been taking like about 20 minutes to empty one of those. So the stuff that I made, I mean, in reality, it was $4 for 5 cigars. I could have used 1 and it would have been sufficient. The thing is that whole gallon of that stuff, when I had that, that was probably like $6 worth, and I could have whittled that down to like $1.50, and that does a big yard. I'm probably overdoing it with this, but I want to make sure that these slugs are dead. It's like Raid, kills bugs dead. I got a couple more to go. I'm probably going to use up all that stuff today to make sure I just really douse this place. And then the next step, within a couple days, hopefully it doesn't rain. Anyway, within a couple days I can get some weed and feed and use that. One thing I want to show you is that for my secondary hose, I wasn't using like a regular hose. This is one of those pocket hoses. Let me tell you about pocket hoses. They're great. They store in really small spots. But you know that trick where you do this and this and this? You put kinks in it so you can take it off without getting sprayed? It doesn't matter. I have a shut-off down there that I shut this off, but it still has a lot of water. The way these things work is they stay under pressure. So when you let this loose, you will get a little spray. I mean, this may not be real bad, but you have to relieve all that pressure. I guess I could have done it with the handle. That would have been easier. I swear I'm only half Polish. So once you relieve all the pressure out of this hose, which we're almost there, then you can take things off and do whatever you need to do. In this case, I just need to take this off and throw it up again. I'm going to try to remember to put a link to the Jerry Baker trips, tips, and tonics, or maybe somehow I have some of them in a Word document. Maybe I'll cut and paste them into the not the comments section, but in the notes. And the reason I got involved with this Jerry Baker stuff is because everything he uses is stuff that you probably already have around your bathroom or your kitchen or in the pantry. Those of you who still have pantries, in the cupboard, the cupboard. But this stuff, I could drink a shot glass of this stuff, and although it wouldn't be pleasant tasting, and with the soap I might get the shits, but probably not. This stuff, once you spray it out diluted, kids can go there, animals can go there. It's almost all Jerry Baker stuff. It's basically not even hazardous to you. I mean, in mass quantities, if I drank all of this, I wouldn't be feeling good. I would be sick, but I wouldn't die. You know, some of the stuff that you can get, the Monsanto stuff, the whoever makes it, you know, that stuff, you eat a little bit of that, it makes you sick, it can kill you, it can hurt your kids, it can hurt your animals. This stuff, nope. That's why I'm all about it. Jerry Baker is my hero.